Hi Freddie. We're going to show a quick video of the mechanism of the combination locks that we may have put onto your cages. Ideally, the combination should be in an up-down position so that the numbers are readable when it's in the locked position, and when it's in the unlocked position, they're not. It's only really when it's in the locked position that those numbers should be up and down, and that this dial is in the correct position. But these can be installed in a variety of ways. For example, if a cage had a door going the other way and we wanted it facing that way, we would need to make it so that it would work. Now this obviously doesn't work. The dial is upside down, the bar goes down, so we'd have to take it apart and change a few things, and that's what I did on your cage. Here's what that looks like when it's taken apart. There's the dial part that actually is interchangeable, and there's a little back part that has a protrusion right there that will become important in a minute. And then there's a little catch washer that goes on, that catches on either side of that protrusion depending on which way we want it to catch, and that's what the installer has some ability to change, whether we want it to turn that way or a different way, and in what position we want it to. And then of course the bar goes back on and the screw goes back on. In your case, what we'll need to do is unscrew the screw and then take off the bar, and then take a quick look to see in what position this catch is. It could be caught in one of 4 different positions depending on where that protrusion is, and that's what I'm uncertain. But what happened in your case is that that little hole that the directions talk about should be lined up with the hole on this thing, and obviously it's not. So you'll have to take off that piece, but remember where it was, and then just pull out this lock out of the front of the cage and find out where that hole is. I have a feeling it's either on the top or on the side, and then just turn this so that it matches up with that. Put in your paper clip as you've done before and change the combination to what you want. And then once you've got the combination changed, then go ahead and put this back to the position it was when you first started, and put the little catch back on in the position that you noted it was before, and then the bar again where it was when you took it off, and the screw, and tighten it down. And that should solve the problem. You should be able to have changed the combination, and it should be fine right now. So if you have any questions, give me a call. I believe that's what happened, and we should be fine after that. One more thought. If you wanted to go to just a little additional time and effort, we could make this so that if you ever in the future wanted to change the combination, you wouldn't have to go to this same taking apart and putting it back together. And here's how we would do that. Again, when you first start and the combination is in the upright position and the bar is in the locked position, and you take that screw off, and you take the bar off, and you take that little catch off, and you just have this section here. It is possible to turn this whole mechanism. If you take this out, this will turn, and you'll want to end up with it in the same position that you started. But when it's locked here, you can actually physically turn this, and what we would want is so that that little protrusion is in the downward position. I don't believe yours is, otherwise it should work fine, but yours is probably in one of the other 3 positions, either sideways or up or over here. But it should be in the downward position. So if you wanted to just physically turn this whole thing so that that ended up in the down position, and then rotated your dial again so that it's in the up and down the vertical position, and then put it all back together. Right now that hole that we were trying to do is matched up with the hole in the tube, and that's where it should have been in the first place. Then we put this back together so that that little catch here is lined up with this side over here. And then we put the bar in that lock position again so that the front is vertical, the bar is in the horizontal position, and we tighten it. And now we've got it all set up so that it's the way that I sent it to you, but in this case that hole is matched up with the hole in the tube, and then it should be fine.